What is up, guys? Today we're gonna be looking over on how to play Esmeralda. I know she just came out a few days ago, but I've been playing around with her and experimenting on the custom the practice mode, and this is the best build I've came up with to date. When I compared my build to the other people that play Esmeralda on stream and the videos that they made, this is, I'm not saying this is gonna be the final build for her in this current meta because she just came out, like I said, but for now, in my opinion, this is the best I could do, and this is the best I could come up with. You can actually build her tank or damage, but building her damage scales a lot better early game to late game. Okay, so let's get right into the mechanics first and learn her first skill, second skill, and ulti. Okay, and to do that, we'll go to practice mode. Alright, to start off with mechanics, we're gonna look over her first skill. So what her first skill does is she steals shield from enemies whenever you basic attack them, and she has a base mana shield based on however much magic you have, depending on your build. Do not just ignore the build for now, right? I'll tell you guys the build later, and I'll tell you guys the spells and emblems later. Okay, so ignore that. Right now we're focusing on mechanics. The mechanics, like I said, first skill gives you shield, a base shield, but you get more shield whenever you basic attack people. So when you basic attack, let's say Minotaur, and you see Minotaur gaining a little bit of shield right there. So how much shield he has, you can press first skill and it adds on to you the shield that you have. All right. So you can actually spam this, and keep using the first skill, and it's really good for Esmeralda because you can tank a lot of things, and with the amount of damage that she outputs, she's really tanky and hard to kill, unless there's a marksman on the other team that counters her and just melts her. Okay, so now let's look over the second skill. So mainly your second skill is going to be your main damage. This is going to be what you're going to be maxing out first. So max out second skill and then first skill, but of course upgrade your ulti whenever it's available, like for any other hero. Okay, so max out second skill first, get second skill first, and then what this does is it's your main damage dealer pretty much. And whenever you use your second skill on an enemy, the cooldown on your first skill gets a lower cooldown. The cooldown goes lower. So let's try it on the lowered. So let's say I use my first skill, and then second skill, you'll notice that it went down 2 seconds. My first skill went down 2 seconds. Let me take this off right now so you guys can see it better. So again, I'll show you so you can see it better. First skill, second skill, it goes down like 2 seconds, right? So that's gonna be your combo. Press first skill first and then second skill on an enemy. Make sure to hit an enemy. If you don't hit an enemy, it doesn't do a cooldown. See? It doesn't do it. Your first skill doesn't do lower cooldown. So make sure you hit an enemy whenever you're using your second skill. So that's pretty much your combo, pretty easy. And lastly, your ulti. Your ulti is pretty much, charge you up, and then the more you charge it up, the longer the stun is and the more damage it does. So that depends on if you want to kill the enemy hero a lot faster. Like, you don't have to charge it up, to be honest, but it's not gonna do as much damage, and the enemy's not gonna be stunned as long as if you hold it up. So make sure to hold that if you want to do as much damage as possible, and you want to do as much crowd control as possible as well. Yeah, it's like a gacha ulti. So all you do is charge it up. Make sure you hit the enemy in the middle. Oh, he jumped. Yeah, this computer juked me. He's insane. Now, let me turn off the crowd control. I didn't think he would jump. I didn't think he would jump. So all you do is charge it up. Wait for him. Make sure he gets in the middle, and you actually stun them when they're only in the middle. All right. So if you hit him in the middle, you actually stun them. Let's see. This guy keeps juking me. This guy is insane. See right there. So if you hit the enemy towards the middle of that circle, they are gonna get stunned. So it's a really good engage. It's almost like a tank engage, to be honest with you. So your combo is gonna be, usually there's many combo. Well, I think there's only 2 combos. Usually what I do is I combo with my ulti, first skill, and then second skill to get that cooldown, right? Or what you can do is you can do first skill. You can do first skill and then second skill on an enemy, and then when they're running away, you can do an ulti. You can do that. So those are 2 alternative combos that you could do. Okay, so that is it for mechanics right now. We could go over some tips and tricks. So for the tips and tricks, what you want to do is just spam first skill and second skill And that should like stack up your shield almost to your full health if there's a lot of people around you. So what you're gonna do is just spam first, second, and then whenever you want to do first skill first before the second all the time. First skill first before the second all the time. Because if you do the second skill before the first, you don't get that extra cooldown, right? And it doesn't stack up. So make sure you do first skill first. And you can actually solo Lord and solo Turtle by yourself if your teammates are there to cover for you. So yeah, the tip pretty much is you can solo Lord by yourself, do a mid game to late game. Solo Turtle by yourself. Just make sure that the enemy doesn't steal it. And yeah, take advantage of the cooldown pretty much. So of the first skill and the second skill, you get some cooldown. Keep spamming it. First skill, second skill again. And look at how much shield I get. Like, my whole health is pretty much covered with shield. So it's pretty insane. That's why she's really broken right now. Just keep spamming it during team fights. And you should be good to go. That's it. Like, that's all you need to do. I don't know why Mobile Legends released such a broken hero, but she's so easy to play as well. All you need to do, the hardest part is probably landing your ult. If you don't land your ult, then, you know, it's alright because the cooldown is low anyways. So that's about it. The other tip that I can give you is stay in the bush and then charge up your ult in a bush and then hit people and ambush them. Don't just, you know, go charging in front of them and they can see you and they could actually predict what you're gonna do. So yeah, the only logical tip is to charge on the bush and ambush them, and always go for the carries, of course. Always try to go for the marksman, mainly the marksman. You're gonna want to kill the marksman first because marksmans counter you. Mages are not really a big problem for you since you have so much sustain. They're not gonna be able to kill you over time. Let's say like Goshon. If Goshon uses his whole combo on you, he's not gonna be able to kill you with all the shield that you're gonna get. Unless you don't get shield and he bursts you from your regular HP. So once Gushion's combo is done, Esmeralda can pretty much kill him. If Lunox's ulti runs out, you know how Lunox has a timer on her ulti, on her dark form ulti? If that thing runs out and she ends up not killing you, you're probably gonna win that fight because you're gonna have a shield and you're gonna have damage over time and she's just gonna get destroyed. So Esmeralda is like pretty much almost a melee marksman in a way that has super super good sustain and shield, and it's annoying. And she has really good burst with her ulti as well and her second skill with the build I'm about to give you. Alright, so there's not really a lot of tips and tricks that I can give you yet. If I do find out some other stuff about Esmeralda, I will let you guys know about that and I'll put it in the comment section below. After this, we'll go over the spells, emblems, and the equipment. Alright, so first, let's go over Esmeralda's emblems. The emblem that I use for Esmeralda is the same emblem that I used for Lunox, and it's the movement speed for the first row. That's because I use movement speed because you're gonna want to close down on people. You're gonna want to hit them with your second skill because that's your main damage and your basic attack. Your main damage is your basic attack, and her range is not too long. It's like it's almost like a melee range kind of basic attack, but you know, it's a little bit further. And her second skill, it's really close as well. It's almost the same range as her basic attack pretty much. But instead of just attacking forward, she spins. Okay? So yeah, so movement speed is a must on Esmeralda for gap closing. And the second row, I have observation, which gives you magic penetration +6. And this gives you more damage on your second skill than your ulti. Right now, don't worry about the shield. The shield is based on how much magic stats you have, magic points you have on her, and how much shield you're stealing from the enemy hero. Okay, and for that last talent, it's that burn effect whenever you're dealing 7% of the target's max HP or more. And for Esmeralda, you're pretty much doing that for a lot of times actually, because her second skill and the true damage that you deal after the basic attack, it's actually insane with the build that I'm gonna give you later. Okay, so try out this emblem set, and you can actually use mystery shop as well if you want a faster build, if you want to build faster and you need less gold to buy those equipments. But I really prefer dealing that damage and just, you know, just farming it out and just dealing the damage myself. Now let's look over the spells, or what Mobile Legends change it. Yeah, they change it to abilities now. It used to be called spells, but I'm still gonna call it spells since I've been playing this game for way too long to call it abilities now. Usually what you could use for Esmeralda is Retribution and also Sprint. So it's between the two, and actually, to be honest with you, you can if you build tank Esmeralda, you can take Vengeance, so that if the marksman focuses you, you can actually counter them from, you know, hitting you. Since Esmeralda is, you know, her weakest point is marksman players like Cloud, Kari. You don't want them focusing you. So to avoid them focusing you, you can take Vengeance for an alternative. But most of the time, you're gonna want to take Retribution or Sprint. If you're holding mid lane, you're gonna want to take Retribution. If you're a support Esmeralda, I guess you're gonna want to take Sprint. Okay. If you're a support or a tank Esmeralda, you're gonna take Sprint. But most of the time, yeah. Right now, focus on getting Esmeralda mid and take Retribution. Okay. Now let's go over her equipment. Now for her equipment, what I have right now is, you're gonna want to ignore the first and third row. Just ignore the one that I'm using right now, which says burst, which is the one that's highlighted. All right. So the first item that you're gonna want to get is Pillager Axe, which is the second tier of this item right here, Beast Killer. Don't upgrade it all the way to Beast Killer. Only upgrade it to the second tier. All right. So after the regular jungle item that's purple, you get a Pillager Axe. Okay, you're going to upgrade it only once. Upgrade your jungle item only once. And after that, you're going to want to go with this build right here that I'm showing you. So make sure to prioritize that jungle item, especially when you have Retribution. If you're not running Retribution, you can still do the Pillager Axe thing, but you know, I don't really recommend that since you're not going to be focusing on jungling anyways. So yeah, it depends what spell you're using, but like I said, most of the time you're gonna be using Retribution, and you're gonna want to get Pillager Axe. And now, usually you could use this. There's an alternative boots for this, but I recommend for beginners Demon Shoes, because she uses so much mana early game that people have a hard time with her when they keep spamming first skill, second skill, first skill, second skill. You run out of mana pretty damn fast. So what you're gonna do is, when you're running out of mana early game, try to wave clear with your second skill and get some mana back from minions. That's what this item does. Alright, it says that eliminations of enemy heroes and assists regenerates heroes mana by 10%, while eliminating minions regenerates 4%. So, you know, when you're running out of mana early game, just wave clear minions first and then get a little bit of mana so you don't have to recall all the time and get some XP, lose some XP. So I recommend Demon Shoes for beginners. But if you're really good at conserving your mana, I recommend cooldown boots. You're gonna want to get cooldown boots because you're gonna want to spam her first skill and second skill as much as possible, so you get shield over and over again. That she's so hard to kill. She ends up being a tank that does a lot of damage pretty much. So you can choose between the two, Demon Shoes or Magic Shoes. Alright, that's all up to you. Now Calamity Reaper, I'm gonna explain to you why I made this build. By the way, I'm not just someone who shows you the build and just say copy it and yeah, go with it. I want to explain to you guys why I chose this build, and there's a reasoning why I chose these items. All right. So again, Calamity Reaper, it gives you 70 magic power, 100 mana. So you know it gives you a little bit of mana. So you don't, even if you keep spamming, you got that little bit of mana to help you out, and that mana regen. And of course, that cooldown reduction also helps that first skill and second skill spam. But the most important reason why I bought this item is because of the passive, which gives you true damage every time you use a skill. Since Esmeralda is such a skill spam hero, it's like she spams skills a lot, and then when you basic attack, she deals true damage. It's like a Karina in a way. Whenever you spam your first skill, she deals true damage, which outputs a lot of damage to the enemy. Okay, so same thing for Esmeralda, but for this case, you're spamming second skill and first skill, so it's even more insane, I think, than Karina before. Karina before, her cooldown was insane, but I think Esmeralda with whenever you hit an enemy with your second skill and your first skill just keeps getting spammed, you deal true damage over and over again, so it doesn't even matter how tanky the enemy team is. That true damage is so strong. and it also gives you movement speed, so it's also a gap closer to when you're chasing someone, when you're chasing an enemy. Now, for this one, Feather of Heaven. Why did I choose Feather of Heaven? It might look stupid at first, but the reason why is whenever Esmeralda uses her basic attack to enemy heroes, you saw earlier when I was doing the tutorial for mechanics that the enemy was gaining shield. Now, the more you basic attack an enemy, the more shield they gain. The faster, how do you say this? The faster you basic attack an enemy, the more shield they gain. So whenever you hit your first skill, the more shield you have. And that's why, you know, having basic attack speed, Feather of Heaven, will benefit you a lot when you're using Esmeralda. And also the magic power stacks up to your first skill because your Esmeralda's first skill is based upon however much magic power she has. And then, of course, and some of that, you know, your basic attack is also going to get stronger whenever you're hitting people. That's why it's so useful to have Feather of Heaven. And concentrated energy, pretty much for the HP, a little bit tankier, and it gives you that lifesteal, of course, a lot more sustain. And whenever you're killing people, you're just going to keep recovering 10% of your HP, which is pretty insane. And again, a lot more magic powers so that the base shield that you get from your first skill gets stronger and more than what it originally is, okay? And Oracle is actually, this is an alternative. There's an alternative to Oracle. You can change this to, if you want to go full out magic on Esmeralda, you can actually change this to, what was it? It was, I think it was Holy Crystal. Yeah, it's Holy Crystal. You can change this to Holy Crystal if you want to go full out damage on her. And, you know, you gain a little bit of shield from the magic power she has. Base shield is what I mean, base shield. So this gives you more damage, much more bursty, and pretty much the only difference is this one's more tanky and the other one is, what's it called? Just more damage, okay? And the base shield for the first skill is stronger. But the good part about the Oracle is I would recommend Oracle for the beginners, for the newer people, is because it gives you lower cooldown. Again, we're trying to take advantage of her first skill, spamming her first skill and second skill, so all that cooldown adds up. So 10% cooldown on this, another 10% on Calamity Reaper, another 10% on Oracle. So it's just insane when all those cooldown adds up with Oracle. So, and it makes you a little bit tankier. So the other mages, when you 1v1 other mages like Lunox and Goshan, they get destroyed because you have that extra magic, that little bit of magic resist and HP from Concentrated Energy and Oracle, okay? And that last item is Necklace of Durance. You might be asking why. So, as you may not know, I already mentioned it before. Esmeralda's counter is pretty much any marksman, like Kari and Cloud are pretty much the main ones since they're the two strongest marksmen right now. Kimmy's actually pretty hard to play against Esmeralda because you gotta aim and stuff. It's not on, you know, it's not her basic attack. It's not an automatic thing that you hit. So it's actually pretty hard to play Kimmy against Esmeralda because you gotta aim, and if you miss, you're kind of screwed. But for Kari and Claude, as you guys would like to say it, Claude. For Kari and Claude, their basic attacks and Claude's ulti are just insane whenever it stacks up, and Esmeralda gets melted. So you're gonna want to get Necklace of Durance to just stop them from getting lifesteal from their basic attack. And that's why Necklace of Durance is what my recommended last item for you guys. All right. It reduces the regen effect, which also affects their lifesteal, and it gives you lifesteal as well, 10% of that magical lifesteal. So it adds up to the concentrated energy right here, which already has 25% magical lifesteal. Also, again, that cooldown reduction. You have max cooldown reduction with all this item. So I believe the max cooldown reduction for Mobile Legends. Please comment down below if I'm wrong, but from what I know, I think it's 40% cooldown reduction. 10% plus 10% plus another 10% plus another 10%. That's 40% cooldown reduction. So you have max cooldown reduction as much as possible. And of course, that extra magic power really gives you that extra damage and that base shield whenever you press your first skill, even without any enemies around. Okay, and that's it for the build. Sorry if I explained too much. I just like I like explaining my items. I just don't give out bullshit items that that I show people and just tell them to, oh, use this because it's strong. I want to have a reasoning to every single item that I choose and as to why I chose it. Okay, hopefully you guys understand that. Please comment down below if you have any other builds for Esmeralda, like a tank build or something unique, a little bit different than mine, or something that could make this build a lot stronger. But for me, in my opinion, the way I experimented with her, this is the best build in my opinion right now for me. Okay, again, if you have your own build, comment those down below. All right, and let's go over to the gameplay. Alright, for the gameplay, if you guys did not know, if you guys watched my last live stream, I actually played Esmeralda in Classic, but yeah, this is Classic. I don't like doing gameplays in Classic. I want to be able to transition my gameplay and my items in rank and show you guys that it actually works in Mythical Warrior rank and, high elo. So I went 17-0-6, and of course, it's not going to be that insane when it comes to rank. And my final score was actually, let's skip a little bit, I believe it was 19-0-6, but this was Classic anyways. So let's go over to my rank gameplay. I don't like showing Classic gameplay. This is a rank gameplay right now. I am with the akatsu, and there was two mages that, there's way too many mages that got picked. So I ended up going top lane with the akatsu as Grok, and we're gonna be wave clearing and cutting lane right here. So I'm gonna have to max out. I wanna get my second skill first, like I said before. Max that out first, but of course get your first skill after this. Wave clear that. We got such good wave clear. Cut it, and we're actually gonna try to harass them a little bit by going into the lane, but I went for the minions instead so we can do crab right after, since we have so many retributions on our team. Right here, so I have retribution, Goshen has retribution, and I believe also Guinevere has retribution. So 3 retributions in one team is just insane. And I believe Akatsu was using execute for Grok to do a little bit of damage. And in Asia meta, execute Grok is actually viable. So I'm saving up my retribution. So if I can see if I can like steal this. Yes, I still have retribution on me. So I believe I stole it. Yep, I did steal it with my retribution, and we ended up getting that first blood easily, even with the Aegis. So right here, this is actually really bad for Cloud, since Esmeralda is still new. Not a lot of people know how to counter her. Whenever there's an Esmeralda on the opposite team, you don't want to get Aegis, especially you don't want to use it early game, because she's just gonna steal your shield. Do not use Aegis, and that's where they messed up right there. We knew that Minotaur is not gonna deal a lot of damage on this crab, so we're just gonna try to harass him and try to get that kill. I have my ulti already level 4 at not even 2 minutes, since I killed 3 people now, and I actually also got that crab as well. Just gonna keep farming. Akatsu recalled, so I gotta wait for him to actually go back into lane so we can keep fighting. And as you can see, I don't have demon shoes yet. I just got it right now, and her mana was going really low. Whenever my mana is under half, what I do is I try to just wave clear mid. I try to wave clear the minions to get a little bit of mana right there and just keep fighting. All right. And right here they messed up again. They don't know where to go. See, this is just, you can just abuse people. Look at my shield. I can even tank early game. I told Akatsu to tank a little bit so I can go in. I go in with my ulti, 2 stuns right there, easy kills, and I believe Goshen steals this kill. Yeah, Goshen stole that kill. So also, keep track of Goshen. Goshen actually also gets fed, but just imagine how much damage I'm doing compared to a fed Goshen, alright? See, he got another kill right there on Ruby. So I don't know his score right now, and we get a free turtle because we want to do objectives whenever we're picking people off. Yeah. So keep track of Goshen. I actually thought Goshen did more damage than me, but over time, Esmeralda did a lot more damage than Goshen. So you'll see the stats later after the game. And again, we saw that the red buff just spawned. You can tell that the red buff like whenever you're trying to check if an enemy buff has spawned, you can check your minimap. But first, you gotta see it if it disappeared or not. If it disappeared, this purple circle is not gonna be there. And if once it comes back, that means that it spawned already. And again, look at Cloud. Claude, I mean. Claude, as you guys want to say it. Use Aegis again, and I just stole that. I stole that shield. It doesn't even matter. I stole that shield, and I actually ignored their shield. So, only his main HP is what I deal damage on. So, his shield doesn't matter to me. Wave clear that. Get a free crab again. Easy. Again, you can see Goshen is unstoppable right now, so he's also fed. Wave clear this. So me and Grok is just such a good combo because we can wave clear so fast and we could just abuse early game really, really well. So you guys could try this combo as well if you guys would like. Grok and Esmeralda mid instead of top. Right here, we're just gonna keep pushing because the enemy, they probably lost hope by now. Because in 4 minutes, 30 seconds, look at the score. It's just, this is a joke. I'm not even scared of Minotaur even if he ultis because I have shield. Look at this. Didn't even damage me yet. I'm still full health. I get shield. I just keep going back and forth. Try to, you know, I'm gonna try to just abuse going back and forth. Like again, first skill, second skill. First skill, second skill. That's all you need to do. I ulted in. I kind of missed right there, but that's alright. We still get the kill. And Akatsu actually ended up dying right there. And look at this. Harley ulted me, but it's not gonna do a lot of damage because I got that shield on me. So that's why I said, man, mages against Esmeralda are they get destroyed, especially when you're fed, obviously, because you get that shield, and if they don't burst you by the time their combo is done, they're screwed. They don't have anything else. But you have your combo doesn't end because you just spam first skill, second skill, first skill, second skill, over and over again. I'm gonna wave clear mid so we can get turtle for free right here. Taco's gonna help the Guinevere. Usually you're gonna want to farm more so you get your jungle stacks. You want to get this to 10 right away as quick as possible so you get a little bit of tank on you, a little bit tankier early game to mid game. Late game you're gonna want to sell this item to get that necklace of Durance. All right. So yeah, once you're level 15 and you're already full build, sell this pillager axe and get necklace of Durance. And right here again, we're just diving. We don't even care. Look at this. There's so many of them, and they're just getting destroyed. And look at my health. I'm just going back and forth. Look at this. Look at this. It's insane. Just spam first skill and second skill. You don't need any skills. Look at my health is not going. It's not going down half. Well, since I got hit by the turret, it went down half now. She's super broken right now, guys, and not a lot of people know how to play her yet. So abuse her as much as possible right now, please. I won't say please because it's gonna be annoying once people know how to play her. But since she's new, abuse her as much as possible because I'm telling you, she is broken. She's Look at this. Look at my burst on Hayabusa. And this, I don't know if I die right here. I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so. The only damage that really, I don't think, never mind. I thought Cloud was gonna do a lot of damage on me, because Cloud, like I said before, marksman counters Esmeralda. Look at this, I'm diving freaking Minotaur, and I think I die right here, because I got ulted into the tower. I didn't know he had ulti, but that's all right. We're so ahead that I'm just being greedy. Usually you don't make those kind of plays, especially when Minotaur almost has rage, or if he has rage, you don't dive him. So don't do that. Don't copy what I did, alright? I'm just doing it because we're so ahead. This is a ranked game, by the way. This is not a classic game. I do not like showing classic gameplay like the other YouTubers do. I'm not gonna say any names, but yeah, I'm pretty sure you guys know who they are anyways. As you saw, Goshen actually have 12 kills, and I have 8 kills with 6 assists. So keep that score in mind. He actually gets more kills than me, but I deal more damage than him, and I tank more damage than Grok, I believe, from what I know. So just imagine that. Taking more damage than Grok and dealing more damage than Goshen. That's how broken this hero is. And look at this, 1v3. They're not doing any damage to me. Look at this. This is just insane. Look. Look, I'm just fronting. I don't even care. 1v3. They didn't even put my health down to half. Yeah. I literally lost words when I did that. I was like, this hero, they need to fix this. They definitely need to nerf her as soon as possible. Yeah, preferably as soon as possible, because a lot of people are gonna be spamming this hero, and she's broken. Again, that Calamity Reaper, as you saw, Really good wave clear, especially when you basic attack the other heroes. Really good burst as well when you deal that true damage once you basic attack after using a skill. And again, we're diving. We don't even care. Look at this. They don't deal any damage to me. Ulti me. I'm still full health. Look at this. Not even damaging me. Still no damage. I'm still full health. Look at it. Oh my god. The only damage that I'm taking is the tower damage. To be honest with you. Yeah, the only damage that I'm taking that's the reason why I'm losing my health is the tower damage. So Retribution is my jungle item is fully stacked, so I can just keep farming and pushing lanes so we can win the game. It is a one-sided game, but you know, it's pretty. I don't really have to explain anything. Rotation is the same thing for every other hero, every other mages. All you need to do is spam first skill and second skill. It sounds kind of ridiculous and it sounds kind of stupid just telling you to spam first skill and second skill, but it definitely works. I can actually solo Lord if I wanted to, like I'm doing right now, because Lord is not gonna do shit to me with the shield that I'm containing, with the shield I'm getting. But Guinevere is gonna be here to help. I actually did not need her help anyways. Even if she wasn't here, I would have still done Lord without taking any damage. So I'm on my way to buying Oracle. I saw Cloud overextended and he's about to die, I believe. I don't know if he jukes me. Oh, look at this. Like, where did he? I two-shotted him. So he got stunned. He can't move because he doesn't have Purify. And after he went into the bush, I just I did one basic attack and he died. That's how strong this hero is. So the burst and sustain is just insane. It's just this Esmeralda might be the most OP hero that has been released so far in the game. First release. It's not even gonna compare to Harith. Harith is not even this OP before, because Harith you can actually kill with, you know, with great crowd control. And as you can see in this game, even if Minotaur ults me, Ruby second skills me, and everything, they don't do any damage, and Esmeralda doesn't die because of the shield. And yeah, that's it for the gameplay, guys. It's super easy. Just rotate with your team. As long as you know your rotation, engage with your ulti. I'll show you the stats right now. Goshen has more kills, but I did a lot more damage than him. Let's wait for it. Alright, I went 11, 1, and 6 with 10,000 gold. And I did get the MVP. 10,000 gold in almost 11 minutes. So that's really good. That's almost 1,000 gold every minute. Goshen did more. Oh yeah, Goshen had more kills than me, like I said, 13 kills, but I had more assists. But let's look at the stats. Oh, stop right there. Alright, so the blue bar is the damage taken. That's how much damage you're taking. So for tanks, usually they have the most. Look how much I have compared to everybody else. To Grok. Grok is the main tank of the team. So he took 25% of the damage for the team. I took 33% damage as a full mage. Full mage. That is actually insane. And I did 35% of the hero damage compared to Goshen's 23%, which, you know, he had 13 kills and 4 assists, which is actually really close to 11 kills and 6 assists. It's just that I had more assists and he had more kills, but I still managed to get that MVP since I had more damage taken and I got more damage to the hero. I did more damage to heroes. So yeah, that's it for the gameplay. Comment down what you think about the new hero Esmeralda. Hopefully you guys learned something here. There's not really much to learn because she's so easy to play. All you need to learn is the emblems, the equipment, and you know, the skills, what it does, and that's it. You should be good to go. You can spam this hero all the way to epic because there's no banning system in Grandmaster and below. You can spam her right now and just abuse her. So thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you guys learned something. Enjoy. If you guys enjoyed, like and subscribe to my channel and like this video. Again, I'm gonna repeat it again. If you guys have any way of improving my item, or if you guys have any suggestions, please respectfully comment those below, and I'll check it out and experiment it for you and tell you the stats and how much damage this does compared to this, blah blah blah. Alright, so again, thank you guys. Peace.